It says we're here. We are 100% not all here.
No.
I believe some of my brain dribbled out of my ear at some point, and I've just been dripping my brains everywhere or something. Because nope, not fully.
That's just the way it is, right?
Not fully here, not fully with it. But we're gonna pretend
It's
otherwise.
It's going to be an interesting evening.
Thank you, Awkwardish Panda. Thank you, X. Thank you, Kim. And how'd you like that? I prioritized DMing you back, Kim, before we even started the live. We were late to the live because I need to finish sending Kim a DM. That's how you know you're special. Okay. Hello.
Hi.
Kayla Lords.
John Brownstone.
Of Loving BDSM, where we help kinksters like you have happy, healthy power exchange relationships. This is our monthly Friday night live stream, virtual Munch in 30 minutes-ish, 10 p.m. our time zone. Will also be a kinky Q&A. We hang out, we chit-chat. It gets weird, it gets chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
If you probably didn't get to see the test we did an hour and a half ago, but I liked the phrase I used, so if you did hear it, no you didn't, you're hearing it now for the first time, this will be braless chaos. Because one, I couldn't be fucking bothered with a bra, and two, none of my synapses are firing like they're supposed to, so I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth.
Goodness.
I mean, I'm kind of at the point where I have, when I say I don't have any fucks to give, somebody could hurt my feelings and I could find a fuck, right? Like, I'd be like, oh, I had a fuck on that. That hurt my feelings. But I kind of don't have any fucks because I can't even think straight. Like, I just don't give a fuck right now. I'm happy to be with y'all, but I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth.
I wore you out today.
You sure as shit did. It did not help that I did not sleep well last night.
Yeah.
Neither of us did.
Neither of us did for the last 2 nights.
I always like on a Friday night live stream. Even if I can't sleep in, I try to make that Friday an easier day. And not only did I not sleep in, I was officially looked at a time, looked at my phone to see what time it actually was, and it was like in the 5 o'clock hour. And I don't wake up in the 5 o'clock hour on purpose. Never. I also don't ever look, I don't let bright light hit my eyeballs when I know it's way too early. Mm-hmm. But my brain was so active, I was like, it must be 6 something. It must be. It was 5 something.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
I was up an hour and a half before I had an alarm set to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been 2 mornings now.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to say hi to folks.
Okay.
And then I have to let you know something amazing about McDonald's Diet Coke.
Oh goodness!
I know. I mean, I'm a forever fan anyway, but
well,
okay,
you touted that over the years. Just like for a while there, you were on about how Sonic had the best iced tea.
For a long time, Sonic did have the best. Well, it didn't have the best iced tea. It just had a good iced tea, but it has the good ice. So every drink you get at Sonic is a little bit better just for the ice.
Okay.
But the McDonald's Diet Coke is always superior unless somebody fucks up that carbonation, and then that's when riots occur. Anyway, I'm saying hello to people before my eyes shut on their own. Oh my God. Hi X, hi Judy, hi Mr. Spock, hi Julie, hi Kim again, hi Silent, hi Awkwardish Panda. I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. We do this every month now, and it's because my brain can't hold information. Orthea, we did this last month. I remember having this conversation, and I cannot remember the outcome. I'm just going to say one name, and you're going to say yes or no, and then I'll fix it if it's a no. Hello, by the way. Oh my God. I'm scrolling. Hi, Mandy. Hi, Claire. I'm scrolling. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Jen. I'm scrolling. I'm still scrolling. Hi, Eva. Oh my God, it bounced. Oh my gosh. It bounced. I have to get back. Oh my God. My eyes were like, is something wrong with my eyes? Hi, Tayshu. Hi, Bad Cat. I've lost it. I can't get back to where I was. What the fuck? Oh, there I was. Okay. I'm still scrolling because I don't know where I am now. Okay, thank you. I got it right. Maybe I can hold that in my head for next month. Oh my god. I am not a lemon in my iced tea girl.
No, me either.
I don't like it. And there was a time, and I don't know if it's a cost-cutting thing now or it's just a change in the times, but it used to be, at least in southern restaurants, whether they were good ones or shitty ones, people were aggressive about asking you if you wanted lemon and or assuming you wanted it anyway and just plopping lemon in your tea.
Yeah.
That has not been my experience in the past several years, but there was a time when I would like have to fight for my life for them to keep the fucking lemon. I didn't want the lemon. I didn't want the lemon.
Do you know there was a time I used to like lemon in my water and lemon in my tea?
I love lemonade, but that's really my only. That's the only lemon drink. Maybe a lemon drop, but I never got to have one of those.
I'm solidly
one of those.
have become a no lemon person.
See, and I don't like peach iced tea. I love peaches. I'll eat, not a whole bushel, that would be too many, but I will eat like a whole fucking bag of peaches to myself. Love peaches. Don't like peach tea, though.
See, there it is again. MySpecialDates.com. What's YouTube trying to tell me?
I think YouTube is like, we will take money from anybody except those sex people and not those kink people, but we will take money from anybody. We don't care what your ad looks like.
Yeah, they won't monetize us, but they'll
oh my God, I know.
meet Ukrainian women.
You go meet you some Ukrainian women. You know, we don't care around here. For years I drank unsweet iced tea, and I did develop a taste for it. Now, when I first tried unsweet iced tea, it did just taste like sad brown water.
Yeah.
But there did come a point where I actually enjoyed that. It's not fully bitter, but slightly bitter black tea flavor, and I prefer it iced no matter what. But I was mostly punishing myself for a decade, probably. That's probably how long I went without drinking sweet tea. Because I used to say I couldn't trust myself with sweet tea. Well, yeah, if I was always trying to restrict, then yeah, if I let go a little bit, then I wouldn't. But I've worked through that, and I drink my sweet tea in moderation now. Yeah,
Eva, I like McDonald's sweet tea also.
That's a good sweet tea. And for fast food?
Yeah. Yeah, I like their tea as well. Sonny's has a good sweet tea.
Sonny's has a very good sweet tea.
I really
Sonny's
like
Barbecue. It's a chain. I don't know how far out from the south it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, Tayshu's not even talking to us. I'm just overhearing your conversation. Your Etsy shop has slowed. Yeah, shops have... I feel you on that one. Yeah. All of our shops have slowed down.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine why. People being unemployed or working and not getting paid, they might not want to spend money.
Right.
They might not want to spend money they have. I love the time and place we're living in. I love it so much.
You know what I used to do? One of the ways I used to do it with the lemon? When I lived in Holiday, I had a lemon tree in the backyard. I used, when it had lemons, I used to give
lemons to everybody.
Neighbors have lemons. I would take and squeeze the lemons, and then put them in ice tray.
So you'd have like lemon juice ice cubes.
Lemon juice ice cubes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'd just break them out of the ice tray, put them in Ziploc bags, and just grab.
Gotcha.
What I want as I wanted.
Yeah, Tayshu, they are not. In no way are they.
No way, shape, or form.
Nope. And I don't regret what we did, but we are actually spending more money to have a better running store than we had been paying previously. I'm not unhappy about it, but man, it does suck to start paying more money at a time when folks need to hold on to their cash a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I would do it again. It's been worth it. But
yeah. Yeah, no, I have noticed now a more steady uptick in prices of supplies that I get.
Sure. Our groceries have gone up.
Our groceries
And we shop at Aldi. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
like... But
Yeah.
and it's not been like some crazy increase for us, probably because it is Aldi, but it's been
still,
like a 20 overall based on what we spend per week. It's like a 20% increase week over week, which
Yeah.
is a big increase. They should not go up that much, but like it's not like it doubled. Thankfully, I know probably in some places prices on certain things probably have doubled.
the
or
eggs
more.
are the only thing that hasn't gone up.
The eggs came down,
And everything else.
but everything else went up. Well,
Yeah.
shoot, but we're saving 40 cents a dozen per dozen
Right.
eggs. So
Right.
there you go. Anyway,
Yeah.
no, one of the I never did this because it wasn't my thing to do, and I've seen different reactions to this. I never cared. I thought it was very ingenious. I know other people get really offended by this, but I remember when I waitressed for like 5 minutes of my life, people would ask for a water. They would eggs. Thank you.
Thank you.
They would ask for water. They would ask for lemon, tons of lemons, and then they'd make sure there was sugar on the table, and they'd just make a homemade lemonade. And on one hand, I got what they were doing, and I've been a girl who had to budget from like the moment I entered the world from the womb. I like just budgeting is our life, which is fine. So I never thought it was like there was something wrong with it until I would hear judgmental people go, "Oh my God, I can't believe they're doing that." I'm like, are they taking the lemons out of your pocket? Like, is it costing you anything for them to do this with lemons?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Good Lord,
Good Lord.
Silent.
Good
Send it as a
Lord.
gift or else pay 70. I don't do it from, I can't do it out of Etsy, and I don't do it out of the Kinkery because we try to keep that as above board as possible. But anytime I'm having to send something, like somebody buys something through Patreon or whatever, right? And it's, oh no, all that gets marked as a gift. All of that gets marked as a gift, because anything I could do, if I have to send it international, anything I can do to reduce the taxes and the this and the that on it, I will. Etsy doesn't give us that control, and I'm very careful with the Kinkery. I will not do anything that will fuck up that shop. But so
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I understood. I was grateful. Got my lathe
When
I
you did, yeah. Shit. We'd
I
be
think-
dead in the water right now if you did not have a lathe. a working
I
lathe.
think New Zealand is one of the countries that stopped shipping for a while and mail to the U.S., and that's where the lathe come from.
Gotcha. I only because I like to order some of my I like to use Korean skincare stuff. Love it. I'm very sensitive to certain skincare, and a lot of the stuff on the shelf at the drugstore will turn me redder than I am. So I like Korean skincare, and I like to order from Yes Style. I don't know why, because shipping always takes forever, but they sent out an email after tariffs became a thing, and they were like, okay, for now, we're not going to upcharge you for the tariffs. We're going to do this, blah, 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 to minimize the cost to people. But what it has done, I'm not paying extra in tariffs. They're absorbing something somehow, somewhere. But it is taking it longer to get here. It already took a while. It's like, I just need I need some toner. I need to hydrate my skin. Where is my package? Hey, Slade.
Hey,
Oh, God. Panda, that sucks.
Uh-oh.
I do now have to question, did I remember to
you did.
Okay, because Obedience sent me a notification going, you need to check on your tasks, have you? And I was like, shit, and that was tonight. Like, shit, did I forget?
You sent it right after I put it on you.
See, Obedience is trying to give me anxiety.
Anxiety? No, obedience is trying to mind fuck you.
I don't, look, it is soupy in between my ears right now. I don't know what mind fucking would do to me.
Yeah.
Either I would start crying, or it would go completely over my head. I don't know.
Wow.
I'm trying to think of thoughts.
Okay.
Oh, that's not even fair, Panda. You're doing the task. Come on. That's got to count for something. Poor JB. I need him to go in and give me points that I kept forgetting to.
Yeah.
I did the thing. I did one day. We both forgot. Was last weekend?
I think so, yes.
What happened? There was a reason. Like, we both were like, oh, God, I can't believe we did that.
We were a little late getting out of bed.
Was that day? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, was that when you dickmatized me?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, not everything can be the great dickening, because then it renders the phrase completely useless. So I was dickmatized. It was good, but I was dickmatized. I think the internet has not taught me anything good and helpful, but it has taught me words. Oh my gosh. I know, Silent. We were talking about tea. We were talking about iced tea. I mean, I'm happy with, that's the thing I was going to tell you. So, no brain cells were left when it was time for dinner. We just picked up McDonald's.
Oh, yeah, no.
They got my order wrong. I paid more money than for what I received. I'm a little annoyed, but whatever. It was actually a good burger, whatever. So I got the Diet Coke, and I was like, shit. This is like 6 o'clock, and the stream is at 9:30. How do I stop myself? Like, how do I make sure I have Diet Coke for later? So I just drank like half and then stopped. Well, of course, 9:29 when I picked up my Diet Coke, we were ready to stream. I knew it would be flat, of course, because I left it out. And it would be a little watered down because there was ice in it when I stopped drinking it. The first sip still had some crisp to it. Like it wasn't like a fresh straight from the fountain Diet Coke, and I didn't expect it. But the first sip, I was like, oh, okay. There's the spice, there's the crisp, and then the rest has just been flat, watered down Diet Coke. I'm still not mad at it. It's fine. It's fine. Yes, Tayshu. I tried to use WooCommerce. WooCommerce's UPS connection because I could get international orders to the people faster because USPS keeps fucking losing stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Anyway, and yeah, I got immediately, like within the second UPS order, got feedback. They were like, I had to pay like $100 just to get my package. I was like, what the actual fuck? We're gonna try DHL, but for good reason. I understand why we're not getting a lot of international orders right now. We're not getting a lot of international orders. We're gonna try DHL because USPS. Oh my God! I had somebody order something to go to the UK. A couple weeks had gone by. There'd been nothing happening with their order. They asked me to look into it. I go to check. It was supposed to go from the US to the UK. It got sidetracked in China. A month went by because you do with international orders and the post office, you have to give it extra time. It can take 6 weeks for a package to arrive. So I asked them to bear with me. Let's give it some time to see if China could get us rerouted. To my knowledge, China never got us rerouted. I just refunded the whole fucking order.
Yeah.
Kinctionary Volume 2? There's a Kinctionary Volume 2?
No. She means you should write it.
Make one. Oh, no. I don't think Dickmatize would go into Kinctionary. No, I should probably track down our friend Nixie and be like, hey, can we get another one? I don't hate root beer, but I can't. The only way I want root beer is on a root beer float anymore. Every time I take a sip of just root beer, I'm like, what the? Oh my God!
Yeah,
every time now.
Yeah.
And I used to drink it a lot as a kid. Our kids drink the shit out of
I know
root beer.
they love it.
Oh my God!
It was never really my thing other than a root beer float. Same way.
But now I need lactose-free ice cream to try a root beer float. But I also like a Pepsi float. I've never done a Diet Coke float. I've never done a Coke float. But I have done a Pepsi float, which I think at my big age of 40-something now, it would probably, like, make my teeth hurt by being too sweet. Because Pepsi, to me, is the sweeter drink between Pepsi and Coke. That's how I perceive it. And then you add, like, a vanilla ice cream. I just don't think I could handle all that sugar. I don't think you could handle me on all of that sugar. I think the spike I would get from it.
Ooh.
You know, I'm not really Coke versus Pepsi. I'm Diet Coke over Coke, Pepsi over Diet Pepsi. I don't really want to drink a Pepsi, but if I like had no choice, there was no sweet tea to choose from, and there was no Diet Coke, I'd drink a Pepsi. But I never liked Diet Pepsi. Never liked Diet Pepsi. And I have come across it's been a couple weeks, but I think like twice in like a span of like 2 weeks, 2 people, separate locations, separate instances, separate people, who thought that when I said Diet Coke, that Coke Zero was okay as a replacement. I took a sip. I made the cup go around to everybody at the table. Like, this isn't Diet Coke. Everybody's going, no, that's not Diet Coke. I was like, what the fuck is it? It kind of tastes like Coke. And it finally hit me. It was probably fucking Coke Zero. Coke Zero and Diet Coke are not the same. I know people like Coke Zero, and I find that oftentimes, Yo can tell me, there are people who don't like Diet Coke. And I am a Diet Coke girly who does not like Coke Zero. Those are not the same flavors. Give me my aspartame. Leave me the fuck alone. I don't like... I mean... Sure, Dr. Pepper, but what about the other one? It's like... Anyway,
right?
I mean,
yeah. I got that too.
I cannot...
My 13-year-old brain.
I know, right? My inner 12-year-old one. I hate Dr. Pepper. It tastes like cough syrup gone wrong. And the kids love Dr. Pepper too. I was like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, that sucks, Panda.
Now, I am not fond of drinking Dr. Pepper, but I have used Dr. Pepper in a wash for the smoker.
Yes, and that came out delicious.
Yeah.
Because it didn't taste like Dr. Pepper.
No.
A few years ago, we got an Amazon catalog. It was when the kids were younger, and it was toys. I've never gotten one that was more than just the toy section on Amazon, but Amazon catalogs, yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we've gone from tea to soda. It's not. And I think Coke Zero fills some kind of market. I'm not the market for Coke Zero. My mother loves Coke Zero. She'll drink a Coke Zero, but not a Diet Coke.
I didn't know that.
I'm just like, good for y'all, but please, if you are serving me a drink, they are not the fucking same. Don't fuck with me like that. I am a person who one day, I don't know if we were grabbing drive-through or it was just to get a Diet Coke, but had gone to get food, come home, finally got to take a sip, was just craving the Diet Coke. My mouth was all ready for it. It'd been a rough day. I don't even know what was going on. I took a sip. It was not Diet Coke. I did cry. I'm not proud of it. I don't think it was my most mature moment, but I did start crying. I was like, I have been waiting on this Diet Coke, and it was not Diet Coke.
Yeah, I'm not a big soda drinker anymore.
No, you don't.
I never really used to be, but Sprite was my go-to. And Sprite, not 7-Up.
As a kid, I never had a choice. Whatever somebody was serving, that's what we drank. I'm okay with Sprite. I don't have anything against Sprite. It's not something I would gravitate to at all. Now, Sonic Cherry Limeade, Diet Cherry Limeade with Diet Sprite, which that sounds so foreign to me, like, because as a kid, Diet Sprite, if they had it, I certainly didn't know about it. It's so weird, like, Sprite, there's Diet Sprite, of course there is. But the Diet Cherry Limeade at Sonic, that's some good shit. I'll drink my Sprite like that. Give me some cherry syrup and some limes.
Right.
I had the most amazing experience at a Wawa the other day. We stopped because JB loves me, so I could get a Diet Coke. I think I was having a rough day that day too. And
Oh my God, on YouTube.
I'm using like, what does Wawa have? They have the one where it's got like a million flavors of soda in it or whatever. And I go into the Diet Coke, and they had special Diet Coke with lime. I almost cried. Because for like 5 minutes, Diet Coke was putting out Diet Coke with lime in it, and I found it when it came out, I guess the first time, fell in love, and then it went away forever, and I could never find it again. And then those Freestyle machines started putting in Diet Coke with ginger and lime. Not the same thing. Not the same thing. So I poured my little Diet Coke. I'm pushing the button. I'm watching neon green syrup flow in with my Diet Coke. Not worried at all. Nope. I'm preserved from the inside out thanks to all the chemicals. And it was so good. It was so good. But Wawa doesn't give good drink specials, so I don't go there very often.
No, they don't. No, they don't. So, I was telling you, I was getting the...
all the ads?
For the Ukrainian women. I went in there and I blocked the ads.
It didn't help, did it?
Oh, no. I'm not getting...
The Ukrainian?
Now I'm getting Latin Dreams.
Oh, my God.
And they say it's because these ads are targeted to me because of my age group.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying every man in his 60s is looking for a partner from another country, but that is a stereotype, and there's probably a reason for that. Oh, my gosh. I'd rather just, go get the Diet Cherry Limeade, Silent. I don't want it. I mean, I could enhance something and put it in Sprite, but I wouldn't want to do that. Let's just go buy the drink. Oh my gosh. And I'm reading back in the chat. X is saying companies are paying to be in Amazon's catalog. That is wild to me and also makes sense to me.
Sure.
On one hand, I'm like, what? On the other hand, I'm like, yeah, that's dystopian enough. That makes sense. It is a marketing ploy.
Yeah.
Pumpkin spice wine? What? I would try... I mean, I don't really like wine that much, but I would try pumpkin spice wine. I would try pumpkin spice wine. I have my limit on what I will accept in a pumpkin spice flavor. Like, I'm not eating pumpkin spice Cheerios. I'm not getting, some crazy thing that's not even supposed to be sweet, but hey, now it's pumpkin spice. I'm not doing any of that. But I do still have one pumpkin spice bagel with just enough pumpkin spice cream cheese that I know what I'm having for breakfast tomorrow. Oh, God. Ooh, it's sweet. I would drink that then, Silent. I love a sweet wine.
Huh.
I love a sweet wine. I'm not sure I should have anything alcoholic right now. I would either fall asleep or I'd become weepy. I don't think I'd become belligerent. I mean, have I ever been belligerent? Sober or not. Can you think of a time I've been belligerent?
No.
I will not be replaying whatever section of the live that was later to find out what I did to sound like fucking Scooby-Doo. I'm a little mortified. I will not relive it to find out. Good. It is 10 o'clock, so the chaos will continue for another hour because we do leave the stream at around 11. But Kinky Q&A is open. You can ask us stuff about us. You can ask about your own situation. You can ask about kink concepts. Whatever. A few things to keep in mind if you have a question you would like us to answer. 1, please tag us in when you're typing it. Just type @LovingBDSM. It lights up for us so we see it better.
Tag
2,
it.
The length of your question needs to fit within the character limit of one chat in the live chat. If it takes more than that, this probably won't be the right place for that. You can use the contact page on our website, and it will get to us by email for like more complex situations. 3, do not spam the channel because you don't think we saw your question or are answering fast enough. If you start spamming the channel, trying to repeat your question or get attention for a question, which I think has only happened like once out of all these years, if that, once or twice. But you will be put in a corner. Our moderators are lovely, and at least one of them has had some wine, so she's feeling just fine and will take care of you if you decide to act up in this fucking live chat. So, ta-da! I have only had, Mr. Spock, I've only had ice wine once. And to this day, it is still the top experience I've ever had with a wine or an alcoholic beverage. It was the literal best thing I've ever put in my mouth. Well, drink-wise. I've put other nice things in my mouth. Not wine-wise. It was the literal.
I had never heard of ice wine until I met you.
Oh, my God. Yeah, we were in New Orleans for a work trip. And I think my boss, who was ultimately toxic, but I was a naive dumbass and didn't realize it at the time, I think was trying to, I don't know, get me drunk or make me appear foolish or whatever. But by the end of the meal, he had ordered for me, and I told him he could. I consented to it. But a glass of ice wine. And he was like, yeah, this is $26 glass of wine. And then it's this teeny tiny little, like, it's a sipping wine.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know if I was supposed to be like, oh, wow, and amazed it was an expensive wine, or if I was supposed to look like a dumbass who didn't know it was a sipping wine. I don't know what was expected. I don't think he purchased it for me to have a nice experience. But I had a nice experience. Oh, my gosh. Oh, and you're welcome, Orthea. I did see that. It wasn't a question, but I saw it. No wonder. When I know I need something, I know somebody else probably needs it. Slade has a question. When should you tell a potential or new partner that you are in the BDSM community? Is it better to wait or tell them sooner?
I would say something sooner.
I think it's personal preference, and I think it's context dependent, okay? It also is, how important is BDSM going to be to this potential relationship you have with this person? If it's a thing that you can put to the side, like this is going to be a casual whatever, or, then you not necessarily ever even have to say anything. I default personally to, I'm just going to tell you right away, and if you can't handle it, you'll nope out, and I'll move on with my day. But it really is personal preference. Some folks want to wait until they've established a rapport and then feel like, oh, we can be intimate and vulnerable with one another, and I can talk about this. And there's nothing wrong with that either. It's just whatever feels right to you in general, and or whatever feels right with that potential person. But I'm with JB. I default to going, I'm kinky. You're going to have to be kinky or be willing to be kinky too.
No sooner than later. Yeah.
Right. So, but I've never had cherry wine or cherry ice wine. I was like, wasn't cherry wine mentioned in the song? And I was thinking strawberry wine. I've never had strawberry wine either. I have never gotten to go back to whatever. I don't even remember what that restaurant was in New Orleans. I haven't gone back to New Orleans since that work trip either. And I've never had an opportunity for ice wine again. Yep, I could not. I could see her face X, but yeah, I didn't. Could not think of her name. Yeah, I'm a sweet wine. It should make you question if it's really wine. Is it actually Kool-Aid or juice kind of drinker? My BFF, who is older than me, and I met her when I was 19, and she 100% let me drink underage at her house, had a bottle of wine that somebody had given them. It was from Germany. It was not a Riesling. It was something else. I've never come across it again. I just remember it being a German word I'd never heard before. That shit tasted like drinking Kool-Aid. It was so good. We got smashed off that bottle of wine. And she's no lightweight. Like, she could drink grown men under the table. But that wine, it was, oh God, it was so good. Never had that again either. But I also cannot remember what the kind of wine was. I just remember it being a very German word I'd never heard before. So what else? What other chaos do we have? I'm sucking down my Diet Coke too fast.
I'm trying not to be chaotic if I can help it.
No, we need a little chaos in our life.
I mean, I've been still playing Terraria.
Yeah, I was working in your Etsy shop tonight, and I look over and I'm like, oh, that's what Jamie's doing tonight.
Yep. It was kind of cool, I guess, because it's for the Halloween thing. You can, there's pumpkins that randomly grow.
Oh, okay.
And you can harvest pumpkins, and then you can craft things out of the pumpkins.
Oh, but did you craft anything out of the pumpkin?
Yeah. I'm creating a whole pumpkin room.
Is it kinky? You're not going to tell me, are you? I'm pretty sure, Kim, if I heard how to pronounce that, I could tell you if I recognized it or not. I do remember that the sound of the word sounded with a G sound, a G sound, or a J. But you know what I mean. So maybe, I don't know. It was, oh God, it was so good. It was so
Let's try
that. Was it still Latin ladies, or was it something else entirely?
Asian now.
Well, I mean, at least you get, and like, you know, you're not boxed into a single type of human. You know.
I'm waiting for Adult Friend Finder to pop up. Or what's the other one? Ashley Madison.
Are they still around?
I don't know. You know, what I went in, I turned off the personalized ads.
I did that a while back, which is why I get some really fucked up ads now.
Excuse me. No. But yeah, I'm having fun there. I made like pumpkin lights and pumpkin tables, pumpkin dresser.
You got a weird gleam in your eye. Are pumpkins your new kink? I mean, at least for Halloween. Look. I do some sketchy shit for pumpkin spice, so I'm not going to judge you. I'm just trying to understand. Just trying to understand.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to make the most of it because I know they're probably going to go away soon.
I mean, do you get like turkeys in November for U.S. Thanksgiving?
I don't know.
Silence suggests a whole pumpkin house. Are you working on a pumpkin house?
Yeah. I've got the door.
With a pumpkin door.
I have that already.
Is there a pumpkin toilet and a pumpkin sink? I don't, my brain does not like the idea of a pumpkin toilet. I don't know if it's because I'm being too literal and I'm thinking of an actual, like, gourd that has been cut open. It's now being...
Yeah, and pumpkin armor. Helmet.
So here's what I'm curious about. When you say like a pumpkin armor, is it just the color and like the striations, the lines, or is it rounded like pumpkins?
It's rounded like pumpkins, and it's got the lines and everything. And
oh my gosh,
yeah.
Orthea says, "What are the best tips?" Continuing a power exchange or kink while, I'm assuming you mean living with your parents. I know you had mentioned earlier that the keyboard was not your friend tonight. Whew. Okay, if we're talking about living with parents while doing power exchange, what are your thoughts? I have some thoughts, but what are your thoughts?
I mean, keep things subtle.
Yeah, you have to do
the kind of under the radar.
Yeah, you have to do the power exchange that will not look like power exchange to the outside world, but
Right.
will be meaningful. Yeah. So some examples, the things that we do. I walk on a specific side. I'm on your right side.
Right.
I walk on JB's right side no matter where we go. Does it look weird and when we're trying to shift and shuffle? Sure, but that's what I do. If we are like at a family meal and it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't, but when it makes sense, I make his plate up and I give him his plate.
Long distance also.
You have when you're together, you got to be subtle.
Yeah.
The rest of it is about, I think if you're living with your parents and doing power exchange, I think it's not completely unlike living with small children and trying to do power exchange.
Yeah.
You're going to have to figure out privacy. Everybody's going to have to get real clear on boundaries. Like when your door is shut, nobody comes in without knocking. Maybe you lock it. Being quiet is absolutely everything. Because even if you're doing something over the phone or FaceTime or whatever, and if things can get loud, that's going to be a problem. So, yeah, being quiet is essential. A lot of things in written communication. When we were long distance, and again, you're living with parents, I lived with small children. I don't think it's not completely different, even though there are some clear differences. And it was a lot of what can I type out or write down that nobody can see or hear. Highly recommend on a phone, laptop, whatever kind of screens you use, tablets, get the screen protector where nobody can see your screen from an angle.
Right.
They have to be directly behind you or looking at your screen. I did that for the kids, but I also did that for nosy family when we would go visit. Yeah. You don't know what's going on my screen. I could be looking at porn. As long as I keep it quiet, you don't know. But that keeps conversations private. So those are some things. Long distance, it's probably a lot of text. It's probably we did a lot of phone sex, and I timed that based on JB's work schedule, but also when were the children sleeping? And in your case, when do you have the most privacy? Like when is your family out and you're not? When are they asleep and you're not? How thin are the walls? Like how close is your room to their room? Where can you get privacy and how can you get privacy? And it also means when you're together, probably not in that location. Maybe it's a hotel or something else.
Do you remember the name of the protector, what they call that?
No, I don't remember.
I can't.
I remember something. I remember it saying privacy screen. It was a screen protector, and then it's privacy something. Privacy or security or something like that. It was a generic one when we got it. It wasn't like a name brand or anything. Probably got it off Amazon or something.
Yeah. Worked very well.
I had one on, was it my laptop screen?
Laptop too, yeah.
For a long time. I did that because that was when I was doing a lot of freelance work and I would be working in a Starbucks and I was like, I do not need people sitting on either side of me to see what I'm writing about or see what I'm looking at. So. But. X, what's funny on the being away from the road, that is the one time JB will budge. If where we're walking and me being on the right side puts me by the traffic, he will switch. But he has to be the one to switch. And I'm like, you said the right side. I'm on the right side. Also, I'm thinking, I'll push you out of the way if traffic gets too close. Don't worry. But... yeah, I know that whatever we got was a cheap option.
Yeah.
And certainly not a name brand, so.
No. But it did the job.
Yeah,
It did the job quite well.
If I recall, the kind that we have, it should tell you that, or should show you in picture that from an angle, all anybody sees is a black screen. They don't see anything. They don't see color. They don't see it. It's completely black. Yep. Yeah, I loved that because we went, again, this is from a kid's perspective, not necessarily a parent's perspective. We went through long stages with both kids of having to explain, you do not just come up behind somebody and start looking at their fucking phone. Boundaries, people, boundaries. But yeah, it's a lot of creativity. To me, it's gonna sound like mundane stuff. It's gonna sound like stuff that's not like overtly kinky or exciting.
No.
It's just using the tools that you have available to connect in your power exchange in ways that people around you just are unaware of. So I would get tasks assigned to me by text, you know. There was a lot of going into the bathroom, going into the bedroom, closing anywhere I could go behind a locked door and sending a picture or doing a thing. So, but yeah, the privacy thing. And hopefully you have parents that respect boundaries and that aren't like, oh, okay.
Oh,
I spoke too soon.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, God, that sucks even more. Yeah, and it shouldn't be like this, but then it means it's on you to have as many precautions as possible. Like, everything should have passcodes and things that they could not guess, and nothing gets laid out. If you have to put your phone down, it's like face down, just so the temptation isn't there. Like, and should it be like that? No. But yeah, locks are fucking everything. But yeah, it's gonna be real boring stuff. You're gonna text each other, or you're gonna email, or whatever, like DMs, like whatever your communication method is. There was a lot of dirty talk. There was a lot of sexting, mostly from JB, and thankfully he is okay with responses of emojis because I don't do dirty talk. But yeah, it was a lot more mental and emotional than it was physical. I hope some of that helps.
You know.
What else? You worked me hard.
I did.
I feel like I've been rode hard and put up wet, but not the good kind of wet.
Not in the good kind of way, right? Yeah, no.
We ended up adding 35 wooden knives to inventory today.
Is that all?
When I did the count, I kind of had that moment too of, it felt like these were going on forever. And knives, as I learned today by working with JB, are extremely tedious to do. And I only came in on the last 3 steps?
Yep.
They're so tedious. Oh my gosh.
Well, with them making the knives, there is no way around hand sanding. There's going to be you can do a certain amount with the machines, or the sander, but when push comes to shove, it's got to be there's parts of just by hand.
Yup.
And it was a nice morning, so I grabbed the chairs from the patio, brought them out to the front of the tiny shop, and Kayla and I sat outside.
We looked like old timers on the porch whittling, but we were sanding.
You're right.
And also, JB got to learn a thing that I know because I suffer with it every time I work out in the back with him. So we make sure I have plenty of bug spray. The mosquitoes are not just summertime, not just after rain, not here in fucking Florida. They are year fucking round. Maybe in the coldest part of the winter you won't get them, but year fucking round. Yeah. And so they don't mess with JB, but I have to coat myself in bug spray. Problem is, these motherfuckers will bite me through my clothes. And I'm not wearing thick clothes. I'm wearing comfy shit that I don't mind if it gets dirty.
That's why the mosquito's the state bird down here.
And so JB's sitting across from me, and I've been kind of wiggling. I've been like antsy, and I kept having to stop, and this is so embarrassing. but it's true, and literally reached down into my pants to scratch my ass because a mosquito bit me on the ass through my shorts. 3 of them. 3 separate. Did I stand up in our backyard, drop trowel, and go, look? Yeah, I did. I mean, if you cannot move your husband in your own backyard, where the fuck
it's
can
nice
you do
we
it?
have a very private backyard. So
Yeah, if I thought the neighbors could see me, I would never have done it.
So, and I do have a belt sander that I use. It's actually even a 1-inch belt sander, a very small one. And I can get into a lot of places with it and do quite a bit with it, but not everything. There are still some spots on there got to get in and do by hand.
So, one of the selling points of just going out of the South and in a general northern direction is also that y'all, to my knowledge, like outside of, I don't know how far outside of Florida, but there's a point where these stop being real. Palmetto bugs. I would move out of this state and out of the South to get away from fucking palmetto bugs. Those things are terrifying. Terrifying. Mosquitoes and palmetto bugs. Oh my God. No, we had a lot of rain, last week?
Mm-hmm.
And time has no meaning to me. Y'all know that. And my big fear, because this is pretty typical after a lot of rain, is especially in the garage, is there's spiders everywhere.
Yeah.
And I kept having to go in and out of the garage like early morning time. And I would like peek around like, okay, and I come up with a game plan of, if there's a gnarly big ass spider right by the door from the garage back into the house, what do? Okay, I go out the side door. I go around to the front door. I ring the doorbell until JP lets me in. I'm not going near a door that has a spider near it, because around the door that leads from our house into the garage and back is through the laundry room. Spiders love to crawl around the whole frame of that door and just hang out there.
Mm-hmm.
Usually after it rains.
Yeah.
I was like, nope, I need a game plan. I'm not doing it.
And I think I've got them under control. Haven't seen any in a while.
Yeah, it does feel like.
Yep.
Yeah, Panda, you're right.
Yeah.
That and the fact that if you see still water of any sort, fresh or salt, there is probably alligator or crocodile in it.
Mm-hmm.
Just assume there is. You'll be happy if there's not, but just assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Nope. Not a spider fan. What I do like about this time of year that we're coming into, where we get our 2 hours of fall every morning, that's been delightful.
Yeah.
Is there's a lot of cranes
Yes.
hitting the water again, and the little teeny tiny storks are out eating bugs.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a very suburban area, but we got wildlife. So
Well, we are very close to the.
Ocala National Forest.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, we get, and that park that we passed by.
Mm-hmm.
That is.
Which one? Wait. On baseline?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That is part of a huge greenway.
Yeah, there's a greenway in our county. I don't know how it trails or where it goes, but yeah, we say every year when the weather cools down, we're going to go walk that trail. We have yet to walk that trail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still remember, I'm sure I've told this story before, when my great-grandmother was still alive. She lived right off, before she moved to the house she lived in until she died, she lived right off of a canal in Astor, Florida. I don't expect anybody to know where that is, but if you know, you know. And I would go visit my grandmother and my great-grandmother for a couple weeks every summer. And at night, when I would stay at my great-grandmother's house, you could hear the gators calling to one and making the noises they make. Yes! They would come up. And my great-grandmother, her thing was once I lock this back door, you do not go outside. The first night I have a clear memory of hearing them. Don't worry, you couldn't have paid me to go outside at that point. I didn't want to go outside when the sun came up at that point.
In the spring, you want to stay away from the fresh water. That's when the alligators are in rut. That's when they're the most dangerous.
Guess what I'm not going to interfere with? An alligator that wants to fuck. No thank you. No thank you. No thank you. No thank you. Yeah, we are getting close to the time of doing the spiderweb karate chops to get from our front door to the car if we go like more than a day without driving the car. Those are not fun. But we do get, I don't know what type of spider it tends to be, but right outside our front door on like kind of the front step, we have like bushes or whatever. And typically right in that area up to like a post thing that's right at the start of where our driveway starts, these spiders make these massive webs. They're beautiful. I'm not fucking touching them. As long as they stay over there and do not interfere with my walkway, I don't care. I haven't seen that recently, so I guess that's probably coming at some point.
Yeah. No, even that we should not see very much of, because I'm keeping everything sprayed. I didn't even have to knock any wasp nests down this year.
I did notice that. I was very grateful for that. Yep. There, for a couple of years, wasps were building small, but still they were there, nests right at our front door.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck is happening around here? Wasps scare the shit out of me. Them and hornets. Are hornets the same as wasps, or are they like a variation? Different. Okay. Wasps scare the shit out of me. I'll take a bumblebee then. Whatever. Whatever, but... The internet, though, is going to get somebody killed with all these hacks on how to kill wasps. The hack probably works, but every video I've seen, in order for it to work, you've got to get within about 6 inches of a wasp's nest. Yeah. And I'm like, are y'all stupid? Are y'all stupid? Oh, my God. Just a reminder for anybody who might have joined since we started, the Kinky Q&A is going on. Feel free to ask your question. Please tag us when you ask your question at Living BDSM. It lights up for us. Your question should be able to be contained within the character limit of a single message in live chat. And if you ask a question and we don't answer it right away, do not spam the chat. You will get put in timeout. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, bees don't bother me, but getting stung by a wasp or hornet, I will blow up like a balloon.
Really? Oh, gosh. I've never been stung, so I don't know how I would react, but I don't want to find out either. Fire ants. Fire ants. Oh, that scares the shit out of me because I know that's going to hurt. Because once you accidentally step in where fire ants are, you're swarmed. You are completely swarmed.
Yeah.
And you'll get them off you eventually, but you're going to be in pain while and after.
When I first moved to Florida and had no idea
about fire ants?
What a fire ant was. I hit a nest with the weed eater.
Oh my God, so airborne.
Oh yeah.
Fire ants.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I was stripping my clothes while I was running.
I bet the hell you were. Yeah. If you're not familiar with fire ants are ants on fucking steroids.
Oh God.
My experience is they tend to be red or reddish brown, but with a red undertone. They are big. This is not a sugar ant. This isn't like your normal backyard ant.
They're not as big as a carpenter ant, but they're bigger than...
I'm not sure how big a carpenter ant is.
Carpenter ants get...
Oh, God, I don't think I've ever seen one of those.
Really?
I don't think I have, because that would be branded on my brain.
Okay.
But, yeah, and the moment... Like, other ants... You know, I've played outside as a kid. You come across like ants that you didn't realize their nest was there or their whatever. Most ants scatter away. Like there's a ton of them, but they're trying to get away at that point. Fire ants go
come at you.
Bet, and you're the enemy and they're swarming you. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Nope. Now, the most annoying ants, not the scariest, the most annoying are what my family always called sugar ants. And they're the ants that'll, teeny tiny little ants, will get in your fucking house. Usually because they found food or whatever, sugar.
Yep.
Those don't bother me, but they annoy the shit out of me.
Yeah, fire ants are freaking nasty, man.
Oh,
Ugh.
man. And yeah, it tends to be that somehow you don't see their nest. Maybe it's a little bit underground. The mound isn't that big or whatever.
And I don't know if they really do this, but it seems like when they get on you, they will get on you. Like you don't even realize that they're there, and they all bite at once.
Maybe.
It's like a coordinated attack.
Maybe. X, I'm sorry. A 16-year-old and a 20-year-old. And that is how they talk to me. So, I am a vernacular sponge. I will use, in my head, I use all kinds of slang. Now, it's been years, so I think it was fire ants, but it might have been another kind of ant, but a scary, like, biting one. I remember seeing a documentary where they talked about how you could not, like with a fire, I think it was a fire ant, you could not flood them out because they would actually all group together
in a ball and float. Yes.
It's like, oh my God, they're a fucking menace.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
And they have very few natural enemies.
Yeah, I'm sure this is not environmentally friendly, and I don't even know if it's an effective way to deal with them, but the southern way that I was taught, I've never done it, it's literally to pour gasoline down their thing and then light it on fire and burn. And that's like the country method of getting rid of fire ants once you realize you have them.
Or hairspray and a lighter.
Well, I figure you're probably going to just burn your own eyebrows off with that, but because the wind, all the wind has to do is shift, okay?
Well, I mean, you got to be smart enough not to, have the wind blowing back at you.
I would like you to just imagine the majority of people, in general, not individuals. Individuals can be very smart, but people who probably would have learned that method from the internet watching a TikTok. Are we sure that that's what they're gonna do? I like to think I'm a fairly intelligent person, and I still manage to use some of the sprays that we have in the garage for work and still get it in my fucking face. And I think I'm a smart person. Just saying.
It's all right. And again, I enjoy potato guns too.
Explain a potato gun to me. I know of them. That's as far as it goes.
So the way I did this, take PVC.
Okay.
And it's got to be big enough, but not too big. Figure about the girth of a potato.
Sure, that makes sense.
Okay. And we're doing like a big spud, not those little things. Mm-hmm. And
yeah, like a russet, like an Idaho potato. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
And you take and you assemble the PVC, and you actually have like almost like a, would you call it stock or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. And what I then did, you cap off one end, and I installed one of those grill starters.
Oh gosh, okay.
That sparks, and put that into the PVC. So then you take your potato and barrel end like loading a cannon. You put the potato in there, tamp it down to the end.
So like the old rifles from like the Revolutionary War,
Like
you only
musket.
get one shot off.
Like a musket.
Yeah, okay.
And it's great if you have somebody with you, because you can be holding the potato gun, the person unscrews the cap in the back, spraying in the hairspray, closes it up, and then you hit the igniter.
Oh my God.
And the potato launches.
What is the purpose of launching the potato? Are we trying to knock out our enemies? Are we trying to see how far the potato will go?
Either or.
Are we trying to find out how quickly we can give ourselves third-degree burn?
Now, what was really cool was, as we continued drinking that day,
Of course.
we went to the store and we got glow sticks. Mm-hmm. And shitload of glow sticks. And we took glow sticks home, you break them. Well, we cut them open. And then we put it on the potatoes.
So they were glowing.
They were tracer potatoes.
Oh my God.
So at night you could see the potato flying through the air.
These are the moments I'm grateful that I was an only child who lived an isolated life in the middle of the woods, because I got up to a lot of shit, but that wasn't one of it. And I want you to know, sure, your big russets, your Idaho potatoes, but you could use those baby potatoes like it'd be a potato BB gun.
Yeah.
But I'm
You
pretty
probably
sure.
could just have to scale it down, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I didn't. No. No. My favorite part, though, is that there's no way you did that sober. Yeah, no. No. That's a moment I'm like, yep, glad I'm an only child. Okay. Silent. Yeah, glowing potato. And I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Therapy is probably the only solution to that. Right,
Frozen
Panda?
oranges,
I know.
yeah.
I'm very glad I did not record all of
Really?
my dumbest thoughts, dumbest beliefs, and dumbest actions, and then had the internet to put them on. Nope. I'm glad I can pretend I never did, said, or thought any of that. See, you say potato, and all I hear is that's a good waste of a good potato, and now I want a baked potato.
Young, dumb, and drunk. That's what you get.
What else did you do when you were young, dumb, and drunk? I'm sure it wasn't just launching radioactive potatoes at the neighbors.
No.
What else did you do? I didn't, the only thing I ever did when I was young, dumb, and drunk was fuck the wrong guy. That was the extent of it for me. What did you do?
Almost got arrested for throwing a watermelon off a waterfall in a state park.
Why a watermelon off of a waterfall first?
Um,
And also how? Why and how? I mean, other than the fact that you were clearly inebriated and not sober. That part's a given.
We were celebrating a birthday,
Okay.
and actually the night before had 2 watermelons and cut them and filled them with vodka.
Do you then just drink?
Just eat the watermelon.
Okay, so it soaks up.
Yeah.
I'm imagining it's just
Mhm.
sitting in there, but it
Yeah.
soaks it up. Okay.
So we ate a watermelon.
Which meant you were drunk as skunks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And decided I wanted to see the watermelon explode when it hit the water down below.
There were surely other ways to make the watermelon explode.
So
You had
I
to
thought-
climb up somewhere, didn't you?
Oh no, we were already at the top of the waterfall.
That is where you got drunk? Was
Yeah.
at the top of a waterfall?
Mhm.
How young were you? Because that's a stupid fucking idea. You got up there sober, but you got to go down drunk?
Oh no, there was no going down. I mean, you could go down, but the trail that came in.
Okay.
Okay. But it didn't go over too well with some people that were.
I can't imagine
Yeah.
why people would object.
Yeah.
Was
So,
this daylight? Was this middle of the night?
daylight.
Oh my God. Amateurs. So, did you get to make the watermelon go down the waterfall? Or did you get stopped first? But no, I'm saying, did you get that far?
Oh, it went. It went, and it hit, and it.
And it did what you wanted it to do.
Yeah.
No, that was my question. When did the authorities get involved?
Shortly
Before or after?
Shortly after. Yeah.
You know, Panda, I wish I'd had better taste, because one of them was very attractive. Actually, one of them just had a big dick. I don't even know if he was that good looking. It's a really nice dick. The rest of them would not even have been attractive assholes. That's the sad part. I never did the club thing. I never went to a club. Which is, apparently I must have missed out on something, because it was like late 90s into the early aughts, and according to my Instagram algorithm, that was a time to be alive in clubs, but I never did that. No. I did a lot of not house parties because that'd be too many people. I went to one house party and that was no thank you. But it was usually like small groups of friends or people who were willing to pool their money and somebody had an ID to get the alcohol. Whatever.
Oh gosh.
I never got drunk. If I was at home, whether it was my college dorm, college apartment, or when I was still living at home, I never really drank there. I would go to another friend's house, or be in another person's dorm room when I still lived in the dorm. But it might be one or two people only. But I think I was like, fuck, my 21st birthday, my friends got together and got me like a gift basket filled with liquors. So that maybe then I did, but no, I don't buy alcohol hardly. Like I don't have any experience with that. I'll drink alcohol, but it's so infrequent.
Yeah.
I think part of it is, it's either an added expense that I can't, whether we're eating out or whatever, I'm just not going to pay for it. Or it's at a time when I need to be able to drive. And a couple of times I did not drive sober. That was my 20s. I won't do that again. Thanks. There's always some other reason why I'm like, no, I have to stay sober. I just didn't do a lot of...
Yeah, and I don't really drink now either. I think I got it all out of my system when I was young.
I would not mind drinking a little bit more than I do, but more in those like, let's go get margaritas, are we doing a social thing or we're having a good time? Now, when I got to travel for my big girl corporate job, semi-corporate job, there was a lot of drinking then. That was a lot of very social drinking. And I had fun with that, but also I wasn't paying for my own drinks. So
there was a lot of clubbing and bars when I was in the early 80s.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I've been to bars. I didn't do a lot of bars. The last bar that was not a cigar bar that I know I went to, I was 23, 24. It was before I got pregnant with the oldest. And I had him when I was 25. And when I went to that bar, I went in already drunk and walked out and have no memory of leaving because my friend who was on Ritalin for her actual ADHD I was kind of drifting and she went, here, take this. And for the first time in my life, I went, I will take a strange pill offered by my friend and chase it with a margarita. What could go wrong? I'm pretty sure I saw God that night and he was mad.
Then there was a time I won a Halloween contest at a bar.
What was your Halloween costume? Did you have clothing on?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
I was a pack of cigarettes.
Please explain the costume where you're a pack of cigarettes. What the fuck did you do?
I was a pack of cigarettes.
How did you portray that?
Cardboard box. And wrapped it with paper and then made it into a actual looking cigarette pack.
Oh, because it was the hard top box?
Yeah. Yeah. And then even had the, using, toilet paper rolls, made a couple cigarettes, they stick out the edge of the pack.
Were you wearing anything underneath your cardboard box? Probably not.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
What a time to be alive. The 80s must have been late 70s, really, into 80s for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. No, I've never been able to be too people-y from, like, early childhood.
On.
It was never... So, the club scene... Part of it is I missed out on some of it because I decided that the deadbeat man I would marry, I would date the deadbeat for a few years first. So, from the time I was about 20... I was worried about bills and groceries and like blah, blah. Like shit I should not have been fucking worried about. Should have just stayed my happy ass in that college dorm, minded my own damn business. But whatever. And then once we got married, right after I graduated college, I mean, I was working 2 jobs at a time from then on out. And then next thing you know, mid-20s, I have a kid. So like the 20s, the late, like, yeah, from 20 to when did I divorce that motherfucker? By the time I was free of him, I was 30, 31. My whole block of 20s, when you're supposed to be like dumb and stupid and wild and whatever, missed the whole fucking thing because of responsibility. So now, but I didn't want to be around a lot of people even then. But yeah. So I was very grateful that my best friend, when I was 19, 20, was 12, 13 years older than me and would let me drink underage at her house. No. Yeah. I did not get the wild, crazy 20s. And sometimes I, like, am a little, not sad, like, oh, woe is me, but like, oh, I wonder what that would have been like. But then I think about who I am as a person. I don't think I would have taken advantage of wild and carefree 20s. I just don't think I would have.
I did.
I'd have been on, like, a corporate track, like, going, oh, am I a good person if you like me and validate me and tell me what a hard worker I am? I would have been like that.
Yeah, and then the really funny thing was that, you know, at some point my family convinced me to move to Florida because I was getting in so much trouble in New York. So
sure, come down to Florida,
right? Yeah,
that
exactly
will be less trouble. Tampa Bay area, nightlife, single guy, yeah. Look, some of the stories you told me, I am both surprised and grateful you did not get your ass arrested.
Ybor City is a wild place at night on the weekends.
I bet. And you are a person who kind of would be with all the different types of people, so you were probably in all the clubs, weren't you? Yeah. Yeah. Did you, what was the word that we used back in the 80s? Yuppie. Did you go into, like, the yuppie, like, snooty, wannabe rich dude clubs? I didn't think so.
No. That was never my...
I didn't think so.
That was never my thing.
I was making that point, if that was the only kind of club, you probably wouldn't go in.
I mean, a lot of the things began changing in the 80s because, you know, a lot of the clubs, bars were rock-oriented, you know, and then it started changing to disco.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, you know, would prefer to go to a rock club. Disco was okay. But Ybor City was a little bit more than that. Ybor City was where they had all the clubs where you could go see drag shows.
Ah, cool. Yeah, I absolutely 100% would see you watching a drag show for sure.
Yep.
And probably picking up whoever had just performed and having a good time afterwards. Yep, I 100% see that. Because decades before you had words for it, you were who you were.
Yeah.
Again, some of the stories you've told me, I'm just grateful you didn't get arrested.
And then I'm here to tell about it.
I know.
So, yeah.
Which, that's hilarious to me. You had this wild, crazy late teens into your 20s, blah, blah, blah. And I'm over here going, well, I was paying bills when I was 21. What's a club? I've never been to a club. I've never been to a club. I truly never had the urge. I only, like, thought about it and cared about it once I realized that I was missing out. But thinking about it now, I would have been miserable. I would have been so overstimulated. I'd have been like, get me the fuck out of here. Or I would have had too much to drink to try to relax, and then I'd have done dumb shit on somebody's dick. I mean, like, that was my MO. Even when I got divorced, and I was like, okay, I'm not doing anything serious. I'm not blah, 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 whatever. I mean, I did some sketchy shit in the back seats of some cars. I was wild and free. And apparently, wild and free to me means fuck whatever looks appealing. Oh my God. Now, going to New Orleans, especially Bourbon Street, that was That was an experience, and I really enjoyed that, because you can go up at the time. There'd be like these almost, they remind me of food trucks, but they were basically bar trucks, and they'd open up the side of the thing, and you could go get a vodka shot, and the vodka shot was they would pour it in your mouth, put the whipped cream on your tongue. Oh, so much fun. And you could just walk down the street and just stop in different places and walk back out and make... I have done the cha-cha slide on Bourbon Street. I have never shown my tits for beads, but that's because I'll do some sketchy shit for all kinds of, but not for fucking beads. I was a South Mississippi kid. I had beads. I had so many beads. I could have thrown the beads. That was not appealing. We have less than 10 minutes for anybody who has recently joined. Kiki Q&A is open if you have a question. This is kind of like your last call, last round. Get your question in. Make sure to tag us. Make sure it fits with your question fits within the character limit of a single live chat message. Don't spam the chat. There we go. Yeah, no.
Yeah, you don't want to be late tonight.
No, you have to get up early tomorrow.
Yep.
And I, in solidarity, will probably get up with you.
I know.
Well, you're going off to do a good thing.
I am. I'm going to be at a No Kings rally tomorrow.
Yep. Is using the same sign from the last one you went to? Cool. Yep. I will be staying here. Look, I've done some soul searching of, should I be out there? The internet will certainly guilt you into, what your air quote's supposed to do. And I was like, I have other ways that I'm doing my part, and I'll keep doing those things. And we will let the people who can handle being around people go be with the people. So. Yeah, but ours is, I'm sure every place that has a No Kings march or rally scheduled has their own times, but like the generic time I was hearing was like from 11 to 2 or 11 to 1. And ours is not, that is early. That's in the morning.
That's what, it's like going to be like that, from what I understand, most everywhere. That's the time.
I'm just gauging what I heard online.
Okay, and that's the time it was earlier in the year, too.
And that's the one you missed because you thought it was later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've been sending JB all the reels I've come across of people going, here's how you stay safe at a protest. I'm like, here, information you need.
And the one thing you have to remember, more than anything else, shut the fuck up.
It really is the best advice,
Yeah.
for anything.
Yep.
The last one you went to, though, which was not as big as, the No Kings one, but it was decent size. He comes back, he's like, yeah, I got into a nice conversation with this guy, and I met that guy, and I talked to that person. I was like, oh, that's why I can't go to this. No. No. Yeah, Taishi, that was another thought. That if we're both, I'm not capable. I don't think.
I know
meds before.
I know the last one I was at, the police were out. They had them walking around in the crowd. There were some even up on a couple of the buildings
watching
down. They did not bother anybody. They were just keeping there was one guy that started harassing, and
that was an anti-protester.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. That was not one of y'all's group. That was
they were protesting the protesters.
Right.
And got a little out of hand, and they, handled it quickly. But they've been pretty good about it.
Yeah, its tensions are ratcheting up the further we go in time here. So
I know.
I have been delighted to see, mostly out of Portland, but I think maybe even Chicago is now getting in on it with the wearing the inflatable costumes. I laugh so hard. It's so delightful to watch. Yeah.
What did some people try? Amtifa?
Are you talking about Antifa?
The frogs. Amtifa.
Oh, for amphibian. I was like, that's too complicated to say. I just like watching all the people literally dance in the inflatable costumes. But I know I saw this about Portland. I don't know if any other area is doing it, but once people realized, hey, let's go into our inflatable costumes and go protest. I say organization, I don't know how organized they are, but basically a group started up where they were accepting donations for inflatable costumes, and then they were distributing them at no charge to protesters who wanted one.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
That's cool. That's very cool. That's very cool. So.
Yeah, Silent. That was. I mean, every time I think about it, I'm like, this is so important, and then I imagine just anybody getting within my personal bubble, and I break out into a cold sweat, and I'm like, I'm not sure I can do that at this point. So I'm doing my other things. I do the volunteer stuff I do where I don't have to leave the house. That's what I'm going to do.
True.
But
yeah. And then I got to get back to the screening. The windows.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and also, I don't know, we might not stream this coming week. JB has jury duty on Monday.
Oh, that's right.
I know, we keep having to remind each other that he has jury duty. He got out of the... second time in the past 12 months? Second time in this calendar year? I can't remember.
In this year, within the last couple months.
He got a summons for jury duty, and then the day he was supposed to go in, he hurt his foot. We needed to go we need to go to the doctor. And so we had to put in a last minute, can he get out of this? They let him out real easy. But apparently that random selection called him right the fuck back up.
Yep. They want me to sit there for some reason, but...
Yeah. So if he's on jury duty next week...
Yeah.
The one time I got called up, I did get to serve on a jury. It was fascinating. I was the dork who was like, please pick me. I didn't say that to them. I'm not that bad, but I was excited to be on this. And I mean, I got to freely and was told to be judgmental. It was delightful. Delightful. So. Oh God, Kim. Yeah, they really don't like it if you know the law. No, I did. I mean, it was tedious. It took like a week. I think it took the whole week when I did it. I fucking loved it. Loved it. It's like, okay.
Send you in my place.
If they would let me. No, actually, I got appointments for the youngest, and I got a sale to get ready for. You go. I'll hold it down here. Oh God, X, that would be rough.
Yeah.
That would be rough. Yeah, I'm watching Taishu and Silent talk about the crowd thing. I actually think I'm mostly okay with medium groups. If the medium-sized group doesn't give a fuck, I'm probably sitting in a corner once I get overwhelmed. Because in a large-ish group, if I have one or two people to talk to that I become comfortable with, I'm good. Really big groups, I get claustrophobic real fucking fast. Everybody feels way too fucking close, and then if they get close or accidentally bump into me, I'm about to jump out of my fucking skin. Small groups, if it's strangers, that's pressure. That's small talk. I don't know these people, so I don't know how to talk to them, and I don't know what they think is normal, and I know I'm probably not normal, so I don't know how to interact. Small groups of people I mostly know, if JB's with me, I'm fine. But large groups, first time I ever had what I realized in retrospect was a panic attack. The group wasn't even that large. It was just too small of a space for the amount of people that were in it. Almost hyperventilated.
It's 11.
It is 11. So we have to go because JB is going to turn into a pumpkin at midnight, which he will then use in his terrarium.
Build my house of pumpkin.
God. We're gonna go.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here with us. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your chaos. I'm so glad I'm not the only one who's chaotic around here. And we will hopefully see y'all next Wednesday.
Yep.
And JB, hopefully, if that's the case, he'll be able to complain about his minimal jury duty experience. But if you don't see us,
That's
he's
why.
sitting on a jury.
Mhm,
We're gonna go.
Yep.
Thank y'all. We love you.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.